All right, so to start out with getting some more work done on the Cadillac, I'm going to try to swap out the carb and put a fuel filter in up by the carb so I can see like what's going on if I'm losing my fuel prime. Right now it just has a braided old fuel line up there, so I'm going to swap that out, swap out the carb to another one. I got a box of carburetors. I'm going to try one of those. One of them looks pretty good. The choke mechanism on the one that's on the Cadillac right now isn't that great, and looks like they modified it to fit, so we're going to try that and then see how that works. All right, so the old one that's on there, you can see it kind of like almost like just doesn't want to close all the way, and then it doesn't want to open when it is closed. So we're going to free that up. Also, it looks like they chopped this to fit. I don't know if it just needs a bigger riser or what's going on, but I do have a Quadrajet that I could rebuild too, but we're gonna try a different carb. So, all right, got the unknown Facebook carburetor on there, marketplace carburetor. Gonna get in and see what happens. See how it starts up, or if it starts up, or if the thing has to be adjusted. All right. See if it cranks any fuel up there for me. Well, that's never happened before. Usually I have to get it running. All right, well, it died. So let's see what's going on. All right, so I got the replacement random Facebook marketplace carburetor put on. And it's idling pretty good now, so I guess that other carb has some issues. I got a rebuild kit. I might rebuild that one or see which one's nicer. This one seems to be running pretty good though. So I did new 3/8 line. This is the hard line coming up from the pump. So I did a new 3/8 line filter up to the carb, put the replacement carb on, and it seems to be running pretty good. This I had to bend up. I'll zoom in on that. Had to bend that up to clear under there so that this could return, because it was running like that for idle. So bent that up. I'm not using that anyway. Probably get another return spring on there, but I'm probably gonna take it for a ride when my wife gets back. She's gonna hang out with the kids in case I get stranded on the side of the road. But yeah. Transmission seems to be working good. I've taken it forward and backwards a little bit, but not too much else. So I want to take it out on the road and see what we can do. All right, so I'm pretty sure the brakes freed themselves up when I just had it running and moved it back and forth a little bit. So I'm gonna start it again, and I'm gonna take it for a quick little ride and see if everything keeps running and if the drive shaft holds up, I guess, on the road. That knocking sound is just the bolt hitting on the torque converter or something. I'm not going to drive it long. I know it's not great to do it while that's on there, but yeah, this thing's been sitting for too long, and I'm just going to spin it around the block real quick. Man, the idea of driving around with a drive shaft that I welded underneath my car is a little sketchy. To be honest with you, I've never welded any like vital part of a vehicle like that before. So it's a little weird. I've taken it about a half mile away from my house now. I have AAA, so if I break down, I break down, but man, is this thing a lot smoother than it was before. I'm gonna pull it back home. I'm gonna park it, and this video is probably gonna continue another day, maybe this weekend or next weekend, where I'm gonna do like a full fluid change on it, like well, other than transmission fluid, because it just trans to trans, but we're gonna pull like the oil, I'm gonna do a coolant flush, everything like that, and just kind of give it a once over that it hasn't really gotten yet, because I just picked it up and drove it. So we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna get up here to one of these side roads and spin it around. Today, since we have the Cadillac running and driving again, we're going to do some maintenance on it and get it cleaned out so it can be a better daily driver. Kind of stinks like mouse pee right now. It's definitely got some junk on the floor. I never cleaned it out when I got it. That's from doing the barn yesterday with my wife. But yeah, so we're gonna pull the dash pad off, pull that out, clean out the vents, and we'll start with the oil change and coolant flush, and then start pulling apart the interior and getting it cleaned out. And I'm gonna take this headliner out too. So yeah, we'll finish with the interior. Anyway, let's get started. We're gonna jack up the front and get the oil drained. All right. Well, I jacked it up from the middle. Let me get this fun while there. That's where I jacked it out from, so we'll see how much oil I make a mess of now. Let me tell you just how fun it is to film underneath vehicles. See how nasty this oil is. I haven't changed this yet on the Cadillac since I got it. Probably should have done that earlier on, but I knew it was needing a transmission service anyway, so yeah, that's gonna get all over the jack. I have some hope of catching it that way. All right, Apple Watch in the danger zone. Oh, nice. Not terrible. I think someone changed the oil on it recently anyway, just judging off the filter still having color on it. So leave that there, let that drain. I'm gonna pop it open up top and get ready to fill it. I always use K&N filters. I don't really know why, I just always have. But they come with this little tag here, so I'm gonna fill that out, get this thing swapped. I'm just gonna do the date because the mileage doesn't really work on that right now, but at least I'll remember when I changed it. I think I'm gonna pop the lower radiator hose and then probably replace that clamp. Holy shit. And then I'm gonna try to get under here. I don't know if the grease machine that I have works. I have a massive grease machine, and I'm going to try to get at all of these. I'm going to clean off all these grease fittings and try to hit every one of them, and just, you know, get everything nice and packed. Cool. I had it on a bit of an incline, so I'm letting it down to get the rest of the oil out of the bottom of the pan. Of course, I'm putting in Valvoline VR1 racing oil, because this is a race car after all. You know, the champagne of motor oils. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff. All right. So now that we got that taken care of, while we have this up in the air, I'm gonna grab a bigger container and dump the lower radiator hose. This is some nasty, nasty shit. So we're gonna flush the whole system. All right,
I know this is gonna be a fucking disgusting mess, but alright. Alright, this is gonna be a fucking mess. I might be able to pull this thing back now, but I'm trying to get this freaking clip to open up more. I might just take it, I'm gonna take it all the way off. That thing's probably been on there since 1979 when this thing was built. Oh God. There's a lot of black in that. Okay. All right, so I took the coolant out of the Cadillac, and they must have used some kind of black engine coolant. So we're gonna change it out for the regular green stuff and see if it turns black again. All right, got the hose on full. See if we can get some of that nastiness out of here. Oh yeah. Gonna have to take off the upper and the heater hose and just give everything a good flush. Whenever you have a hose that's kind of just like stuck on because it's never been taken off or whatever, just get a pair of channel locks and lightly just grab the rubber and kind of work it back and forth, and you'll hear it like break free, and all of a sudden it'll start twisting and you'll be able to pull it off a lot easier and not risk snapping that fitting off. So that's good. I'm gonna continue taking off some hoses and flushing this thing out. And you can see how nasty it is in that radiator right now. I should have got some chemical cleaner for it, but I'm just gonna do a water rinse for right now. I think I'm just gonna pop the reservoir off, and it's just a couple bolts, and take the hoses off and take that out and clean it because there's no drain or anything on that. So take that out, but now I'm gonna run some water through the heater. It's coming out of the heater core down there, and that looks like it's relatively clean, so that's good. So I'm gonna keep flushing the radiator. I'm gonna pop this off and clean it, and we'll get it all hooked back up, running on some water for a little bit, get some more stuff out of there, and then fill it full of coolant. All right, so I took this off. It appears there's like a huge deposit down there. I don't know what the fuck's going on with that. I'm gonna go get the hose and spray that out. All right, let's see if it comes out. What the fuck got put into here? Black Death. Oh. What is that? What the fuck is that? thing is, it doesn't smell like oil, and it's not really separating. It's like solid. Ugh. What the fuck? I don't know what that is. I'm gonna keep trying to get it out though. Alright, so I got the sludge out of this thing. Got it all cleared out. It's just stained now, so I'm gonna throw that back in, connect the hoses, and start running out of water. Getting the battery real wet. All right, just ran it for a bit, full of water. So I'm gonna wait for it to cool down and start draining it down here again. All right, so that's what we got out of it again. So I'm gonna do that one more time. I'm gonna flush the radiator out, fill it up full of water, and run it again. This thing is gnarly. We're almost to clear water though. Getting there. All right, so finally get the water to start coming out clear. So I'm gonna drop it down off the jack and start filling it up full of coolant. All right, got some bottles in there. All right, so we got it all oil changed, coolant flushed, and refilled with coolant. So I gotta go run some errands. I gotta take care of the horses. So I'm gonna park it, and then tomorrow or later tonight we're gonna finish up the interior cleaning, shampoo, ripping out the headliner, and yeah. So I'm gonna get cleaned up, go take care of the horses. Come on, get out! I gotta shovel the shit. Let's go. Come on, all the way out. I gotta shovel the shit. Oh, you flipped your fucking hay box. What the fuck? All right, another day working on the Cadillac. I thought I had a flexible tip grease gun to get under the car, but I don't. And I don't want to work. See, I have this barrel here. And I've never used it before, and it's Sunday and I don't feel like getting it out. So that'll be another time. For now, we'll just get it vacuumed out, carpet cleaned, and see what kind of junk we find under the seats. All right, so first step's just gonna be getting everything out. Like everything, all the stuff, anything that was in here before I bought it, after I bought it. Get ready to scrub down, because these are some nasty floors. All right, well, I just found this under the seat, and I don't know if that's a gear to move the seat, but that could explain why it doesn't move. So I'm gonna set that off to the side and see if there's any more parts under there. Yeah, it was like right over here. So I wonder if that goes to part of the track. Who knows? All right, I'm gonna keep digging. All right, anything interesting under there? Some trash. Kind of electrical connection, probably for the seatbelt. My glove from the previous owner. That stuff tastes like TV static to me. Hello. That we already knew was there. That I didn't know. Free tools. All right. some nuts. Anything in the ashtray? Ah, some trim screws. All right. Ooh, a dime so far. I've made 15 cents on a pair of vice grips. Let's see if there's an easy way for me to pull this bottom seat. All right, so on these old cars, I don't know if it's on all of them, but on this Caddy anyway, you push this in and pull up to get the seat out. I got this side off already, but I need both hands, so I'm gonna do this one. All right, get that one freed up, and then the bottom just pulls out. I don't know if I want to be trapped in here in case there's any mice in there though, so let's no mice so far. Actually not as filthy as I thought it was going to be. So, there's definitely some mice activity down here. But why the fuck are there so many splice connectors? This was not even used, so this is like someone's stuff. All right, so I'm just decided not to take out that back part, but I am going to clean up there and take the headliner out. So I guess now I'll work on the headliner. I'll grab a blade, start chopping. I should probably put on a mask. All right, this is going to be gnarly. Good thing I did this before I vacuumed. Oh, yeah, see? Just covers you. I'm gonna get this vacuum going while I do it, so I stop making so much dust. Oh! I'm gonna get up all this shit. Rip down the rest of it. Very sucky. Oh. Looks like the mice have definitely gotten above the headliner too, so. Let me stick the hose up here before I start pulling more shit down on my face, literally. Oh. So unfortunately I'm really stupid and I just broke this piece of trim more. So I'm gonna save those pieces and probably fucking glue them back together. I'm trying to break this all down without taking the trim off, but I probably should have. Oh God. I'm gonna get this thing cleaned up. All right, well, this thing's looking a ton more clean. It does not smell like mouse poop anymore. And the headliner's gone. And I'm gonna go take a ride and pick up the kids in it. And next time we'll probably do some more maintenance on that, or we'll be working on the crew cab. So if you want to see more car content, truck content, Squarebody stuff, subscribe, Rusty Clam Garage on all platforms. And yeah, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.